Hey, hello everyone, and thanks for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, residents come out to celebrate National Night Out, and the Las Vegas Aces are honored by our very own City Council and Councilman Cedric Crear. Here to discuss these topics and much more is, of course, the councilman who represents Ward 5. It is Cedric Crear. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
You old Access City Council veteran, you.
I tell you what, every time I come here, I can't believe it's been since as long as it's been since the last time I was here.
I know. Time flies.
It is time flies, but we also look at all the things that we've done
in
this time period, and you go, my goodness, all this happened in the past few weeks.
Busy.
We have been busy. We say that every time.
I know.
I guess it's supposed to slow down, but I guess it doesn't slow down.
No, especially for you and what you have going on over in your ward. You know Ward 5 like the back of your hand. For those of you that aren't exactly sure where we're talking about, well, have no fear. We're going to show you. Ward 5 is right smack dab in the middle of our Las Vegas Valley. It encompasses some of our downtown area and then kind of meanders along US 95 and kind of follows it right up into the northwest. But if you live in that area or work in that area, then you are in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. If you live there, you are represented by Councilman Cedric Crear, who is your city council member.
Yes.
So,
proud to be.
Exactly right, and a busy one.
Yes, that's great.
So, case in point, you posted this on Facebook. I loved it. Great evening at Metro's National Night Out around the city. This is a great evening for the community to get together with the first responders that are generally going to be working their neighborhoods, right?
Yeah, it is, and it's fantastic that Metro works in conjunction with the national organization to set up and let people know that Metro and the police officers are not your enemy. Come out, be a part of civic engagement, part of different activities that are happening. This is in downtown Las Vegas. Excuse me, we were at Downtown Area Command, but we were also up at Bolden Area Command, which we'll see. And, you know, it's great. A lot of people came out, a lot of fun, a great family event. Yeah, it's a great family event.
You know, it's interesting, Councilman, back in the day, Councilman Stavros Anthony talked about this, former police officer. He talked about back in the day, the idea was we'll just kind of try to arrest our way out of problems. The idea changed 25, 30 years ago to community policing, and this is exactly what community policing is. It's partnering with the community, getting to know the people in the community, having the community get to know the police officers, working together to fight issues and crime together.
No doubt about it, and I think that if there's a lot of distrust that happens with the police department, and you know there has been some incidents that have happened throughout our country that have put some angst in people and some huge somewhat fears. But we have to realize that police officers are just like us. They're human beings. They go to work every day. They're trying to do their shift, and they're trying to get home back to their families. And I think that the majority of them are on that same scenario. And so this is an opportunity for you to come out with your family, actually talk to a police officer, shake their hand, talk to them, and ask them what sort of makes you tick, and how do we work together to make our community better.
You build that relationship between the police and the community, and that's what it's all about. Generally, National Night Out is the first Tuesday in August, but in hot climates like ours, we'll also do it in October. The first Tuesday in October is a little cooler to get out. Florida, Texas, they do the same thing. So we had a National Night Out. We had some observances back in August, but then, of course, we had the main ones in October as well.
Good times. So, and thanks a lot to Metro again.
Yeah, that was Downtown Area Command, and Bolden Area Command is also in your ward as well. And speaking of Metro, you posted this on Facebook. Headed out for a ride along with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, Bolden Area Command. Speaking of Bolden, and again, this is an opportunity for you to see what the officers are really dealing with on a daily basis, and for them to get to know you, and for you to get to know kind of what their issues are as well.
It is, and I got to thank the officers for taking time out to spend some time with me. You know, I always say this, I'm only as good as the information that I receive as a council person, as an elected official. You know, we push the button yes or no, and we need all the right information. So it's great for someone to go out, ride along, see the challenges that they're faced with, and also help to find solutions for things. You know, they took me to some places that I had not been before. And then
you're born and raised here.
Yeah, born and raised too. Some places that you wouldn't find yourself in, some flood culverts in some areas, and dealing with situations that on a daily basis they deal with. And Metro has a department, COP, community policing, which specifically goes out and works with the community. Aren't necessarily arresting people for jaywalking, but they're looking at ways to make the community better once again in dealing with the community. So we stop by from schools to apartment complexes, like I said, we in businesses, and talk to them to make things, to see what's going on, see how they can make a difference and make an improvement. So it was great. Thank you for everyone at Bolden, and also thank you to everyone at Northwest Air Command for taking time out to spend.
Did you do any Code 3 calls, lights and siren while you were out?
We did some lights and sirens.
Yeah.
We went driving down the street and turned it on, and I was in the back of the one with Bolden. I was strapped in right next to the shotgun, right next to the 12 gauge. So it's great. And I tell you what, it's interesting because when you're in the back of a car, you can't open the door. So someone's got to come around and open the door for you. It's a different experience, but it was great. And I learned a lot. We plan on doing another one on a different shift. And so we get a different perspective as well.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, it's great.
And Councilman, your attention isn't turned to just the police. You also had a nice partnership with our fire department. This was a great deal. We talked about this on the show the last time around. Councilman talked about a program where if you ordered a pizza through Pizza Hut, right?
Yep.
You get that delivered, and then also get a smoke detector? Explain everybody.
Sure. So we partner with Pizza Hut, which is fantastic, in our fire department, where if you ordered a pizza in Ward 5 through the Pizza Hut over in Decatur, the pizza was delivered by one of our fire officers, and fire
prevention officers.
Fire prevention officers, my goodness. They will inspect your smoke detector, and then they'll also give you a free smoke detector if you need one. Because especially many homes in my ward, in Ward 5, are older homes, and they don't have working fire detectors, and some of them do not have smoke detectors.
Exactly. And what we were seeing there, everyone, if you were wondering, Councilman did a video for his Facebook page to let people know that this program was going on. That's what they were shooting there the day that the program launched.
Yeah, it was great. And our fire inspector, who goes out and does an amazing job making sure that everybody has something safe. So,
Councilman, one thing that you talked about, this is really important, that a smoke detector, we know that you have to change the batteries yearly. But what people may not know is you have to change the smoke detector every 10 years. It's only going to last about a decade, and then you got to get a new one. And that's part of the thing, too. You might have a smoke detector already and think, well, I'm covered, I've got one. But hey, guess what? If it's older than 10 years old, it's probably not going to do you any good.
That and people think it really protects you from fires as well. You know, carbon monoxide poisoning, something that you don't see, can also kill you if you're sleeping and you inhale it. So it also detects that, not just when there's a raging fire that happens.
Exactly.
So it protects you from the things you don't see as well.
Exactly. Good point. So again, a great program. You did that last year too, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so,
it was great. And we did it in conjunction with the Red Cross.
And Fire Prevention Week
Fire Prevention Week in the ward, and it was great.
All right. Well, good stuff. Good stuff. Councilman, I got to brag on you a little bit here. I told you earlier, you're a honcho, not just on the City Council. You posted this on Facebook. It's an honor to be elected by your statewide peers to serve on the executive board as Secretary-Treasurer of the Nevada League of Cities. Now, this is a big deal because this board is made up of elected officials from across the state who discuss common issues, right?
Yeah, we have mayors from different parts of the state. We have city council persons that serve on this board, and the National League of Cities is really the voice of cities and municipalities at the federal level. And so many issues could happen on the federal level, many laws could be passed that could disproportionately affect cities and municipalities. And so we need to have a voice at the table. And so we have a unified voice that speaks on behalf of all cities and municipalities at the federal level. Locally, we have a local chapter, the Nevada League of Cities, which also does the same thing at the state level, and as well as gives information up to the federal level. We have an annual convention that happens, and so that is happening in San Antonio next month, which I will be attending, and really talking about issues that affect cities, whether it's affordable housing, and then also looking for solutions. Affordable housing, homelessness, public safety, all those different topic and subject matters will be discussed, and I'll be able to hear firsthand of how other jurisdictions are handling it.
Excellent, excellent. Well, it's an honor, too, for you to be, of all the statewide elected officials, You're the secretary treasurer.
Yeah,
that's the
great.
executive board. That's the group, that small group you saw in the picture. That small group's basically going to run the Nevada League of Cities. Is it for a year, 2 years?
It is for a year, and we'll see what happens after that year, and we'll do our best to accomplish a lot and get things going. We're in an off legislative session this year, so we're preparing what we're going to try to fight for
the next
session.
Exactly right. And
amongst other things.
And I should mention the city well represented. In addition to Councilman Crear, Councilman Stavros Anthony was elected the Nevada Elected Official of the Year.
Yeah.
So the city did really well. We have Councilman elected to a new office, and Councilman Anthony is the Elected Official of the Year.
No doubt.
So
proud of him.
Repping the city well. Very good. Councilman, we should also mention this. We talked about October 1. That was National Night Out. It was also, of course, a very significant date here for the city of Las Vegas and for our entire area. You posted this on Facebook. You said, "You are gone, but never forgotten. We are Vegas strong." And quite a ceremony that night down at the Healing Garden. You, the mayor, your fellow council members, Mayor Pro Tem Fiore is there, Councilwoman Diaz, Councilwoman Seaman, and solemn ceremony. We read the names of the 58 victims, rang a bell and lit a candle for all 58. Councilman, I think what always amazes me about that event is just the number of family members of the victims who turn out for that event. This is the second year we've done it.
Yeah, it is a somber evening. It's a quiet evening. It's not an evening meant for raucousness. We're remembering those fallen, and you're right. The family members of those who were fallen come out, and it's packed. But it's a very respectful evening that we just come to pay our respects. You see Congressman Horsford there, Senator Rosen.
Yeah, I
was
should
there,
mention them too. Yeah, we had quite a few
number
people,
of our state legislators were there to show their respects, and
thousands of people.
Yeah, thousands of people were there, and plus the Healing Garden is a perfect place for it. It's such a beautiful memorial for those that we lost. And I tell you, I don't care who you are or what you believe in, you go down there and you have a level of tranquility and peacefulness.
True.
That is there. And that evening lived up to that.
Sure did. Healing Garden is at the corner basically of Charleston and Coolidge, if you've not been down there. And again, it is so significant for us here at the city of Las Vegas because that garden was literally built in the few days following the shooting. The shooting took place on October 1st, a Sunday night. As we all remember, those of us who were here at that time. By Friday night, the following Friday, that Healing Garden was built completely by volunteers. The city donated the land, the volunteers did everything else.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. It's a great place to come down, and a great part of our downtown corridor. Yeah. Urge you to come down and visit.
Yeah. And we will do it again next year, I am sure. So, Councilman, very proud of this in the downtown, right in your ward. Well, close to your ward.
Close to my ward.
But encompasses the downtown too. So you're in this too. Our Innovation Center, it opened officially back on September 25th. The Innovation Center, this was kind of the official kickoff saying, you know what, believe it or not, Las Vegas is a tech center and we have the businesses here to prove it.
No doubt. And look, we kicked off the Innovation Center, which is there. I have to give a great kudos to our IT department, Michael Sherwood, who heads that up, and his team for bringing these businesses, and some from around the world. We've got businesses from Israel that are there, that are co-locating in the Innovation Center right downtown Las Vegas. The beauty of this is that it's going to bring a new industry into the ward, different businesses and different thought processes. I mean, everything from, there's a person there that had a portable conference room that you can use, which is completely dialed in and wired in, that are here. It will spark other industries and businesses to come into Las Vegas and especially to the downtown corridor, which is exactly what we need.
You know, and Councilman, what they're doing, a lot of these companies, they're here to demonstrate and to test out their products. And the good problem we have is that the Innovation Center is already filled with companies and we're looking for more space. But this is just amazing technology that they're testing out right in the heart of our very own city.
Yeah, and plus it'll diversify what Las Vegas is about, which I think is great as well. You know, anytime you can bring a new industry, new business, in business that's going to bring in high-paying jobs and benefits and opportunities for our residents, it's fantastic. And you know, one solid business leads to the next one, which leads to the next one, which leads to the next one. And so it's a cyclical effect that is going to happen, and you're going to see more of that downtown corridor being filled with more tech companies. And we've already got it over at the Wonder Bread Factory. There's downtown. Maybe we're going to get something inside the library that's happening. There are
awesome.
opportunities to do some things.
Las Vegas is known certainly as a entertainment, gambling, gaming mecca. But now we're also a tech center.
Yep.
And so many of these companies is interesting. You hear about many are California-based, and just the tax climate, the opportunities here. They're moving their opportunities to Las Vegas.
If you look at Switch, which is one of the largest, if not the largest, data storage and warehousing facility in the world, which what they've built with their super naps, then we are leading and cutting edge. And they've been a great partner, and they're going to continue to be a great partner, as well as these other organizations that have been here in Las Vegas. It's
awesome.
great.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it's positive stuff.
A little closer to home, at least to Ward 5. Love this. You have been very busy getting out there and connecting with the community. Back on the 23rd, you had a resource fair where everybody got together, and basically, what was the idea behind this, Councilman?
So it was a partnership with Commissioner Weekly, myself, and also the graduate students of the UNLV's Public Policy and Leadership School, in order to create an outreach event that talks about workforce development, which resources in terms of whether it's homeless resources or healthcare resources. The UNLV, Nevada State College, CSN were also there to talk about higher education, how to get people, create that pipeline that were there. It was fantastic. It was a great turnout, and I have to give all credit to the students who helped put this together. And they rallied Commissioner and I to do it, and it was great. It was called Vegas Up, and it is a complete evening to come out and try to start your new career, and also to break down the impediments that sometimes you're faced with trying to find a new career or a career in a job. So they're all under one roof. You take care of it, and you go out and you get yourself a gig and move on. And I always say this, you've heard me say this, we started our Ward 5 Works program. You give a person a job, you change their life, you change their family's life, you change the community's life.
Exactly right.
And that's exactly what this is all about.
Exactly right. And Councilman, kudos to you and Commissioner Weekly, county and city partnering to make this thing a success. Good stuff.
Thank you, Commissioner. He's been a great partner since I've been in office, and we have a lot more things going on.
I know you do.
We aren't going to talk about right now, but Commissioner Weekly and I work well together, and we're going to accomplish a lot of things for our community.
We never let any grass grow under your feet, because the very next night you had the community forum. This was an opportunity for people to come out and learn about what was going on in Ward 5. You do this annually?
We did. We launched it last year, and what I wanted to do was to sort of have a open forum that talks about what have we been doing. Last year, I had only been in office for a few months, but I wanted to set the tone that we're going to come out, we're going to talk about what we've been doing, get feedback from our residents in our ward and say some of the things that they want to see, and work on those. I think it's important for us to have an open book with the work that we're doing. And so this is our opportunity. We do the Crear's Community Conversations on the third Thursday of every month. People come out and have a chance to sit down and talk to me. But this is where we bring out all of our departments, whether it's Public Works, Operation and Maintenance, Parks and Recreation, Fire Safety. We have someone from Metro, Bolden Area Command, Captain Gatomi was out talking about safety, public safety in our ward. And the cool thing is that once we had it, we announced all that. The residents had an opportunity to come out in the foyer and talk to those directors and chiefs.
I got a question about this.
Specifically, and get an answer from the people who are actually executing those departments. So I think that is a unique way that we've put a twist on it. It was very successful, and everyone seems to love it.
Well, and you can't ask for more than that. You want to know what's going on in your community? Well, come on out. The councilman and the department heads involved are going to be here to talk to you about it. You know,
it's great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I don't want anyone to come back and say, well, we didn't know about that.
Exactly. That's always been your mantra. It's so true.
Yes.
Councilman, I love this too. You've been on the council not a tremendous amount of time, so you're still kind of learning about things, but you went out, you took a tour of our archive center out at the West Yard. This is basically near Cheyenne and Buffalo, to kind of give you the major cross streets. But this is an amazing place because the city by code and by state law has to keep a certain amount of public records for a certain amount of time. And so it's a treasure trove, literally, of the city's history. And so much of this is stored out there in a safe environment where it'll be around for as long as we need to keep it, or for posterity.
Well, I tell you, it is something that if you don't go see it, you have no idea what we do. And I give a lot of kudos to Lou Ann Holmes, our city clerk, and her team that manages those records, we have a treasure trove of information, of relics, of pictures, of things that are out there, which we're going to figure out how to display those. But the records that they keep are immaculate. They know everything. It seems like there's all that paper is just sitting there, but those are plans, and they know exactly where to go to find those things. It's pretty cool, and it's fireproof, obviously.
Climate
controlled. It really is a cool place to go.
You know, we're talking, there's stuff out there that really ought to be in a museum.
Yes.
And so one of these days we got to get that figured out, because there are old photos and pictures and paintings even from the city's history that are saved out there, but they're not where anyone really can see them in public.
Yeah, we need to change that and make it more, because if I'm shocked and I'm impressed by seeing it, then I know everybody else is going to be, especially from a person who have a passion for Las Vegas like I do.
Exactly right. And Councilman, great downtown event, always a big success every year. Our book festival took place at 5th Street School. This thing just gets bigger and bigger every year, and really proud. This is really one of our signature events for downtown Las Vegas, for the city overall. And, you know, people say, well, Las Vegas lacks culture, it lacks this, it lacks that. Let me tell you, this is case in point that Las Vegas has a lot of culture. If you are into books, children's books, mystery books, any kind of book, this is a great event, because it's an opportunity to meet with the authors, the people who've written the word, and then just to visit with other people who share your passion for certain types of books.
Well, I tell you, it is a great community event. It's a beautiful day. Thank you to all of the speakers and all of the authors that came out. And one of the things, too, is that, you know, the books are there, but a lot of times the authors are there as well.
Exactly.
So you get a chance to, you know, to really say hello and find a book that the author's right there to kind of walk you through it and sign it for you.
Yeah. So, what inspired you to write that? Or, you know, what did this mean in the story? You know?
Sure. And as you're reading along, you go, and that person's talking about either themselves or where they were during that time period. You can put a picture with the actual words. How cool is that?
Yeah, it's very cool.
And they have a great job to Allie in our arts and department who helps put this together, because it is a really cool thing. You get a lot of kids, a lot of families, a lot of seniors that are out, and it's just a really nice community event that takes place.
Every October, everybody, middle of October, we'll do it again next year, and we're doing it for a number of years. We'll continue. It's a big success.
A lot of fun.
Councilman, I love this. The folks over in your ward never cease to amaze. Doolittle seniors, the seniors over at Doolittle, this is so cool. It's such a great program. They're basically making dresses for kids in Haiti out of pillowcases.
Yes.
This is so cool.
You know, our seniors, we have some great senior centers, number one, in our ward. Doolittle is an extremely active senior center, like many others, but they're very active. They come out for so many things. And here they have this innovation that they're taking pillowcases and turning them into dresses, and they're sending them over to kids in Haiti.
Devastated by the hurricanes that have come through there, and so
I never would have thought about something like this. And
look at these folks. I mean, they're making the world a better place.
They are
one stitch at a time here. Yeah.
And it comes so natural to them. For someone like me, I wouldn't know where to start, but it's come so natural to them. And if you look at these beautiful dresses that they make, and it's taking a need in our world and doing something about it, instead of just talking about it and saying what we should do. They're actually doing something about it. And I tell you, you can talk about it all day long, but are you going to do something about it? And look what they're doing.
Yeah. And the word I got back is that you never dreamed that those dresses had started off as pillowcases.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Councilman, love this. You had your Doolittle Carnival. Had to do this. It's a Halloween tradition over there in Ward 5. This is like a safe trunk or treat event. This happened for the holiday, and all was good.
Always a lot of fun. A safe way to get candy out to our residents. I would say to our kids, but there are so many parents that want to go out.
Smart parents,
so many parents that show up with their buckets looking for their candy. Everybody wants some chocolate. That's the biggest thing.
Sure.
But we had a lot of vendors, a lot of people who are out, and I want to thank them for coming out too and making it a great evening. So thank you guys very much.
Yeah, thanks everybody for participating. Those that came out to just have a good time, but also our vendors that support that.
A lot of fun.
And Councilman, looking down the road, we're talking Halloween here, but you know, soon enough it's going to be the holiday season. You have have a winter break camp. Now, this is really great. You're trying to figure out maybe what am I going to do with the kids over the winter break. Well, here you go. We got the help for you. We got 4 days a week from December 23rd to the 27th, and then from December 30th to January 3rd. We've got all kinds of programs going on at the Doolittle Community Center. If you want more information, there's the information on the screen. But, hey, this is a great camp every year, and there's always a lot of wonderful things for the kids to do over that 2-week break.
I tell you, don't let your kids sit idle. Come on down to Doolittle.
Yeah,
let them have some fun, and also stay engaged.
Yeah.
And keep their physical activity going, and also keep their mind going.
Exactly.
So when they go back to school, they won't be starting from ground zero again.
Yeah, exactly.
I urge you to come out and do it.
Yeah, good stuff. So that's coming up in December. So, Councilman, we're about out of time here, but we want to tell everyone out there, hey, we always want to hear from you. So if you have something you'd like to share with Councilman Crear, you can always find him on Facebook and Twitter. You know, he's also pretty active on Instagram, too, so you'll never worry about having to find him. You can also contact him by just picking up the phone. We have those around here, too, 702-229-6405, or you can send him an email. His address is ccrear@lasvegasnevada.gov, and he and his team, they will get back to you right away. So you always do.
You keep track of us.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Councilman, great job. We'll see you back here in 6 weeks. And we want to tell everybody out there, we thank you for joining us for this edition of Access City Council. Don't miss our next show beginning on November 14th with Ward 6 City Councilwoman and Mayor Pro Tem Michelle Fiore. You can catch all of our KCLV shows now on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Now, as we close the show tonight, Councilman Crear honors our WNBA basketball team, the Las Vegas Aces, who made a great playoff run this year. So here's a look, enjoy, and we'll see you next time around.
Darren, good to meet you, brother. Okay, and we're looking forward to a lot more partnerships with the ACES organization, as well as with the City of Las Vegas, and especially with the Ward of Ward 5. So thank you guys very much. Yeah. You guys are making it now.
You dressed appropriately.
You know, it's a great morning when you can honor an organization that has made a tremendous impact into our community in a very short period of time. The games are a lot of fun. They're really exciting. The entertainment between the breaks generates a huge show of support from the crowd, and it really represents what Las Vegas is all about. And now, therefore, we, the mayor and members of the Las Vegas City Council, do hereby proudly proclaim October 17th, 2019, Las Vegas Aces Day in the city of Las Vegas. Congratulations.